Good morning, all you beautiful people out there. I'm going to play Sandrock today, but there's more about Sandrock that I want to talk about than just playing the game. Because if you're like me and you play on a PC, you probably like to mod your games. Maybe not like completely, but just to kind of make the gameplay just a little bit easier or just a little bit faster. Or who knows? Maybe you just want to slow the game down completely so that you can get done your projects in the game that you're trying to get done. um, One of the things that I have noticed about some of the newer games that are coming out, like with Sandrock, or even just a couple other ones like Baldur's Gate 3, um, a lot of the games have mod managers. And if you are inept with programming and trying to do programming or figuring things out as far as mods are concerned, like me, I'm hoping this will make it a little bit easier. Because when I do mods on my games, I have to I have to go through and just I have to research it. I have to figure it all out. And I have to watch the videos that I find multiple times to get it to sink into this noggin. Um, Lower the volume there for you guys so you can actually hear me and not the game fully. Um, but for Sandrock, I'm noticing there's one mod manager out there that I've noticed that it'll cover a couple of different games, or at least a couple of different games that I personally have. I think it actually covers more than that, but we'll just go with what I have for the sake of being accurate. Um, and I find that this mod manager is exceedingly difficult to use, especially if you're somebody like me who has a difficult time understanding how these things work in the first place. So, um, this past week, after playing, uh, after playing my time at Sandrock last Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm curious as to what mods are out there for this game, and there aren't many. There aren't many. At least as far as like adding to the stories or whatever. And I was able to find them on Nexus Mods. There's a couple of them out there that seem like they're really interesting. You know, there's one about marriage, because yeah, who doesn't like a good marriage scene in anything that they do, especially if you're a hopeless romantic like myself. Um, but none of the having to use the particular mod manager, I noticed that it wasn't working in the game, and I had made sure that I went through everything was completely up to date. uh there was I did step by step the instructions that came with that I found for these particular things. Hello, Farmer Carlos, how are you today? um but at the same time, when I did actually follow the instructions, I got everything working the way it should be working. The mods still did not go into the game. So I dug a little deeper. Is there something else out there that I can use? Is there another mod that I can use for this game to make it easier? Or maybe, pause the game, being able to not have to worry so much. Uh, is there a way that I can make the game go however fast or slow that I want to make it go. And I actually did find something. And these guys actually have more than one game that they do. I was only interested in my time at Sandrock at this moment in time because it was what I was researching. Um, and here, let me see. I'm gonna pull it up. Now there are pluses and minuses with this particular mod. Um, and I'm not even sure you can actually call it a mod, but it does help you do certain things in the game. Um, now there are pluses and minuses to this particular uh, app, I guess, for my time at Sandrock. Um, you have it open before you open up the game, and then the one downside about it is when you close out your game, everything that you have marked on here for say you're going up against a particularly hard boss and you've already done it 6 or 7 times and you really don't feel like doing it again, so you come over here and you basically make yourself invincible. So it's just like, okay, I am so done with dying. I've been there. I have been there a few times in different games over the years. Um, to the point where you just pitch the controller across the room and say, I'm done. I have actually done that. Thank God my controller did not break. But you wind up rage quitting because you've tried it so many different times. It's just like, ugh, I'm so done. I'm just so done. But with this mod here, getting back on topic, um, whenever you close the game, everything here goes back to off. So you have to go back through and say you're working on a particularly big project. So you make sure that the water isn't going to run out because you ain't got the gold for the water to run out. Or you don't want to have to worry about, the gold. So you come over here and you give yourself some extra money. And with these, you can actually manipulate however much you want. So you don't want to completely overpower yourself in the game. So you can put in, say, 10,000 gold or goal, because that's what it's called in the game. So that way you can get the things that you need. But you can manipulate it to where it makes it just a little bit easier, but not so easy that there's no point in playing the game, if that makes sense. Or you're running a deadline and you still, by the time that your products are going to be done cooking or being created, it's going to be past that point. So you can either freeze your time or you can do fast machine or cooking production. Um, just so that you don't wind up, missing that commission or, anything like that. Um, but yeah, you can go over here, you can manipulate things, and you basically just download it. And then when you open the game, it opens up. But you have to do this part every single time. So it can be a plus, it can be a minus. Maybe you want to actually play the regular game that day. So it's not something that will completely break the game. You have complete control over all of this. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, and it's that simple. It just pops up, and if you don't want it, if you want infinite health, you click on it. There you go. Your health is good. Or say you have to go into the mines, infinite stamina. Or you don't want it to be like that, so you can come over here and you can edit your stamina. It makes it to where you have complete control over all of this particular part of the game, which I find can come in handy. So you don't have to completely break your game, but you can make it just a little bit easier. Just a little bit easier. especially when you're running on a time crunch. But these are some of the these this is one of the mods that I found that after being unable to get that particular mod manager to work for me, and I've tried to use it a couple of different times and I've had an issue with it every single time. And okay, so the other game that you have to use it on is Inquisition. And what I find to be the most difficult is even getting the mods into the mod manager. It is so frustrating because you follow the instructions, you follow the step by steps, you have everything in there, and it's just like it needs to be easier, especially for people like me who want to play with mods. They want to try out the mods because they see that the mods that these people actually make are freaking amazing. And if you can mod and you play on PC, so you can mod pretty much every game out there that is available for PC. Um, there are even some mods for consoles. Um, but when you have to study and you have to constantly go back because you have problems with, ADHD, that just things just don't like to stick. They don't stick. And you have to constantly go over and over and over and over and over again in trying to figure out how these things work because your brain does just like, what? This is exactly what it feels like. You're sitting there and you understand the concept. You understand what they're telling you. You understand the instructions, but your mind is just kind of like when you're putting it into practice, just like, huh? I am confused. I don't. So you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It gets very frustrating. But I found this mod, and I didn't have to actually put it into the game. It detected the game and did the steps for me. So if you're only interested in trying to manipulate like your health, your stamina, the um you have a particularly difficult NPC with relationships, which there are a few in here in this game. Always has one. Every game always has one. You can set your game speed, which you can either make it go really fast or you can kind of slow it down just a little bit. Doesn't slow it down all the way, but it does slow it down just a little bit. Um, so uh it's not terrible. It is not terrible. It actually I've used the the day of time because you had to attend a meeting and I was deep in the mines. I was like deep in the mines, like level 9. Um, and you had to show up to the meeting. You have to show up to the fireside meetings if you want to know what's going on. And if you forget, if you don't pay attention, by the time you get there, they're either dispersing or you can't actually join the meeting. So it's like, okay, I got to get there. So I froze the time, was able to get there, unfreeze the time, and then make what I was supposed to get to. So that's how I use it. And then I'll give myself some stamina if I was just like, I need to get this done. I want to finish this level and I'm out of stamina now. It's like, okay, I'll give myself a little bit more stamina. But it always reverts back whenever you close out the game. So it's just kind of the way it is. That is the one drawback. It doesn't save what you have clicked. And I think it could be a drawback or it could be a good thing because then you can decide how you want to play that day. Maybe you want to play the regular way, so you don't have to click any of these. Or it's just like, I just kind of want to be more laid back and just kind of take it easy, be a true cozy game. Okay, we'll click them all. That could be what you could do. Um, but yeah, this one I would highly recommend. I would highly recommend. And it does not break the game if you don't let it break the game, if that makes sense. Okay, so enough talk about mods. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to get in here and we are going to get it going. Okay, so let me go over here really fast. And we are actually today getting ready to open up a new part of this game. Um, let's see, what else did I have on there? There. Um, nope, 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 nope. Nope. Okay, time. I don't need that. I don't know if I want to do that. Now, the one thing I do kind of wish that you could do with this one, because for making NPC relationships, you can only click to do max relationship. You can't like do, maybe one or two extra points when you're trying to become friends with them. It's just like all or nothing. That is one of the ones. Um, okay. So you can even do the jump height, this movement speed, the drop rate of products that you get. Um, I tried that the first day and I was just kind of like, okay, that's just way too much. That is just too much. So I clicked that off again because you can actually, if you go out every day, and sometimes even multiple times a day, you can actually find quite a bit of stuff in this game. So yeah. Do I want anything else here? No, not at the moment. Okay, so now that we've got that done, let's come over here and we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue. I hope you all have been enjoying your Saturday morning. Let's see. Yeah, see, I actually wound up missing this one, which is kind of frustrating because it was a pretty big important meeting and I completely forgot that it was on there. So yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Oh well. So we're gonna go. We're gonna. Oh, there's Pablo. He's kind of the goody two shoes.
Hey there.
Huh. You don't dress according to any kind of conventions. At least you don't seem to follow any of the trends around here. Who or what inspires you to be so controversial and yet so brave? I must know your secret. Huh.
So long, partner.
So he's not a big douche. Now, Penn, he's a big douche. Hey, Captain, how you doing? Kind of a grouch. Yeah, okay. I don't think I have any fish on me. Hang on, let me see. Do I have fit? Did I put it all away? I think I might have put it all away. Yep, I put it all away. Ooh, he probably would hate a mushroom, so let's not do that. Sorry, Captain. Don't have any fish for you today. So we're gonna run back over. I'm gonna show you my farm. I have actually updated it since last week. I am now growing vegetables and stuff. Actually, it's like wheat and leeks, and I think we have actually some tomatoes over here. There's a cactus there, and over here we're growing chestnut trees, which is actually kind of cool. And then we went and we got ourselves a couple of bunnies, little floppies. And I've already petted them for today, so there's no interaction. Got a couple of yak mill, and then some chickens. We got some chickens. View animal information. Energy still growing. Okay. Yeah, I just actually got these before I signed out the last time. So, okay, still growing. Happiness is locked. Let's see. Baby hen. Ooh, it looks like you can actually name them too if you want to. Energy. Okay. When an animal is young, high vitality makes it grow faster. As an adult, high vitality means they produce more items for you. Okay. You can name your animals here. Sweet. All right. So they're all baby rooster. So I got 3 hens and a rooster. Seemed like it would be a good idea. So let's see. And I got them some food in each one. Let's see. Go over here. Just a couple of calves. Oh, okay. So I was gonna get myself a horse. That's why I have a stable over here. But the problem is, they don't actually have any horses. So hear me run over here really, really fast. And yes, I do have the speed on over here, just because I want to get places faster. I want to go fast, fast, fast. Oh wait. Do I have it? Do I even have it on? Oh, hang on.